Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Mindful Monday. I'm so excited you are all here. I do apologize, my one eye is all puffy. I got one of my contact lenses tore and it's still stuck in there. I was messing with it right up until before we started this. So that's why it's puffy. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about how to stop the inner critic in its tracks. So as everyone's starting to pop in here, if you'd like to say where you're from in the comments, chat, whatever, feel free to. Also, if you have any topics that you'd like to hear more about, I'd be more than happy to address those. So we always love to hear about them. And you can either let me know privately, direct message me, or just put it in the comments as well. So we always have our stay to the end bonus too, so we'll get to that. So talking about the inner critic, have you ever thought something in your own mind like, oh, how could I be so stupid? How could I have done that? What if I don't make this? Or what if this happens? Or, just basically what's wrong with me, anything like that. So most people actually do have an inner critic, and it's important to know that it's just a part of us. We have to learn how to deal with it. So today we're going to talk about a couple techniques and tools to kind of help tame that inner critic anyways. So the first step is to really become aware. So, sometimes we don't even notice that we're doing this. So it's important to kind of take our time and, say, oh, I'm saying this in my own mind or thinking this in my own mind. And so when we're having these negative self-talk, negative thoughts in our own minds, it's kind of important to actually become aware of them, because if we're not aware of them, of course, we can't change anything. And you also want to start to notice when, or certain situations, if it's happening about certain things. For instance, if it's about giving a public presentation or speech, is that when the inner critic pops up, or is it around certain people or certain times, stuff like that. So you want to really start to pay attention to that. One of my favorite teachers, he had this thing, and he would just notice, and he would say, that's it, cancel, 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 or control, alternate, delete. So just kind of stopping the inner critic in its tracks. Another thing you can do is you can ask yourself, is this always true? For instance, if I was saying in my own mind, oh, I can't believe I was so stupid, I can say, well, are you always stupid? I mean, obviously not, So that's a good one. Another thing we can do is we can say, is this actually serving me to have this kind of self-talk? And then another one of my favorites is, well, we talked about last week, we talked about tapping or EFT. So you can certainly do that. I kind of like to do some physical kinesthetic things as well. And then there's Louise Hay's mirror work. So Louise Hay would recommend, perhaps every morning, but whenever you want to do it, actually getting up and standing in front of a mirror and looking into your own eyes in the mirror, and then saying something loving and kind to yourself. You can make it a mantra, or you just say, I love and approve of you today, kind of thing. So that's kind of a nice practice. And then another one that I like, I believe it's Kristen Neff, she teaches about self-compassion. So she'll say oh, I see you, to the inner critic, I see you there. And then she'll maybe place a hand on her heart, or you might stroke your cheek, something that feels good to you. And just kind of talk to yourself like you would if it was your best friend or a child that was saying these things about themselves. Because most of us would never say the things that we say in our own minds to any other living human being, whether they were friend or foe. And let's see. One other one I kind of like, just because when I start getting into my own mind, kind of your focus narrows and you're just kind of going in a loop, creating the same neural pathway over and over again. So I like to use the Erickson technique, but a really fast version, the Betty Erickson technique, that is. So this is really about opening your focus. It's not going to necessarily get rid of an inner critic, but it's going to open up your focus so you can get away from your own mind. And so it's simply, in the way I teach it and do it, is I look around wherever I am, and I'm going to say, I am aware I see a plant behind me. I am aware I see a leopard blanket. And I am aware I see the corner of a painting behind me. And then the next one is, I am aware I hear the ceiling fan above me. I am aware I hear the refrigerator in the background. And I am aware I hear some people working outside, which is why we're inside today. Hi, Katie. Yeah, most of us do have some negative self-talk. It's true. So then the third part of the Erickson technique is I am where I feel, but it's physically feel. So you don't want to get into the, oh, I feel terrible kind of thing. It's I am aware I feel my 2 feet on the ground. I am aware I feel my hands touching each other and they're cold. I am aware I feel my butt sitting on the couch. So that is just a very simple, it's I'm aware I see 3 times, I'm aware I hear 3 times, and I'm aware I physically feel 3 times. And that's a simple way to kind of get out of your own mind and to, hey Katie, to open your focus up so that you can focus on other things and more positive things as well. So today is going to be, like I said, my contact is still stuck up in my eye. Today is going to be kind of short. I'm here if you have any questions, and I'd love to hear what else you guys would like to hear about, or tips or tools or techniques for, you know, any kind of topics you'd like to hear. If anybody has any tips, tools, life hacks on how to get a torn contact lens out of your eye, I'd love to hear that as well. Also, if you are not already receiving our cheat sheets, or if you would like to get a copy of our free recording, then type mindful in the comments, whether you're watching this live or later on. So that's our stay to the end bonus that we always have. Also, I'll have to put it in the comments after we end because I'm not too great at typing and trying to talk at the same time. But we'd love for you to, we play the replays, they're usually posted at by 1 o'clock on the Monday of, you know, so today's will be posted by 1 o'clock. And we'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So I will put that as well as to type the mindful in the copy or the comments there. Hey, Severo. So that is all for today's Mindful Monday, and thank you so much for watching. Ciao.